All right, folks, we're going to talk about an amazing social media marketing campaign that was super, super targeted, developed 23 partners out of 200 in less than 60 days with Will Harris of The Hustle. Will, thanks for being on.
Thank you for having me.
And we're going to talk about how he used Google Lens in this B2B campaign. It's really, really cool idea, how he targeted it, his favorite email platform, and what they do and the analytics that they looked at to improve their campaign, both in email and on the website. We're going to get started. And then also we're going to talk about the collaboration platform on Instagram. It's going to be a lot of amazing information, but we'll get started right after this. Don't forget, this is brought to you by videocasestory.com. One of the best pieces of content is your customer stories. Go to videocasestory.com to learn how to craft and deliver customer stories that convert. Real quick, give us a quick overview of The Hustle, and then let's get into your story.
Yeah, so the Hustle is a boutique style agency. We work with some very big players, but we have that hands-on approach to where we actually have that relationship, and our clients aren't just a number. We take their vision very seriously and incorporate a very outside of the box thinking creativity tactic to try to be different from other marketing agencies and kind of outside the box for our clients, so to set them up for success.
Nice. And when you say outside the box, can you give me an example?
And one of the examples that I use is, everybody relies just on social media or a website, but just because you have those things don't mean you're utilizing them to their full uniqueness. If you're not doing the engagement and you're not launching the proper campaigns on social media, you basically have a glorified electronic photo album. So one of my favorite stories to tell, that's not mine, but kind of the mindset that's if you're not familiar with how Red Bull got popular, they spent the money and bought empty Red Bull cans and left them in trash cans and bar tops for brand awareness. Love that idea process. And then that's kind of, that's what we do just for education and transit and oil and gas companies and even startups.
Nice. And tell us a little bit about your success story.
So going in this was kind of an abrasive campaign tactic. The guy that we had and do have is The Right Edge. He is a international wood artist that builds amazing tables, all the way for Black Rifle Coffee to the Omni, Ritz-Carlton. I mean, just gorgeous pieces that you can find, and you can find his website at therightedge.com. So he wanted to launch kind of a campaign with interior design firms and get more awareness with them, because obviously they're the ones that are actually buying the pieces and putting them in the hotels and such that he's trying to target. So we had to set him apart. So what we did is we launched a campaign to where in front of these interior designers, we asked them, what sets you apart? And they would tell us, well, we buy exclusive pieces. You won't find these pieces. But majority of these pieces that they're actually buying is on websites that we're very well aware of online, like a Wayfair or a All Modern type stuff. And so I had these pieces in front of them, and I told them, I said, I'm gonna show you the difference between one of one pieces and actual exclusiveness and your definition of exclusiveness. And so I Google Lens them. These are pieces that they've actually purchased prior for a client about the exact same ones, and I Google Lens them, and it showed exactly where the piece came from. And so looking at the interior designers, I said, this is not exclusiveness if I can just pick up a phone and do this. I did the same thing with his work, and you can't find it on Google Lens. It's not taking me to a site to where I can buy that same table. It's not taking me to a site to where, anything remotely close to that table. And I said, that's the difference between exclusiveness. And that's the campaign we launched that actually got him some really good awareness on interior designers.
Nice. And so tell me about what was the mechanics of that? of reaching out, deciding who you're going to target, getting on the phone, talking to them?
So mechanics wise, what we did was we built a prospect list in some of the major cities of where we wanted to target. Houston, New York, next one will be LA. And we're pretty much, just like anyone else, we're building these prospect lists and scrubbing LinkedIn and websites and Google and just pulling all the analytics and finding, email addresses, just like anybody would do, like on a MailChimp type thing. And then reaching out and making these relationships and conversations to these interior designers and building that relationship basically, and to where we can get in front of them and then show his work and his pieces.
Nice. And how, once you built that list and you reached out, what were you using to reach out and get in touch with them? Was it just email?
Yeah, it's just email. So, we were using, the MailChimp platform. So building out his template and mailing it out, that obviously had his portfolio, and doing the introduction in that way. And then that way we can actually, the reason I like MailChimp is because of the analytics that it provides. So we can see the click rate, we can see, where they fell off on the email. And then of course, as analytics on his website, we can see where they fell off on the website and what pages they actually mostly interacted with. So.
Nice. And, that's awesome. And how did you use that data to improve the campaign?
So we were able to use it in two different ways. So to improve the campaign, obviously, if they had a certain page that they're wanting to go to, that's obviously the front runner page that we had them clicking on without them having to scroll through the website, because we didn't want to lose their attention. So as soon as they, hit click here on the campaign, boom, that's the most popular page that we had. That's the one that came up to them. That showed them, the work that he did and the portfolio. And obviously it was, one of the most popular pieces that he did that they were all looking at, which gradually kept them on the page longer and had them actually go through the website even more to different pages.
Nice. And what kind of results did you end up getting for him?
So results wise, the relationships were built, the relationships were established. We have some interior designers that are now pushing his product. Trying to upsell them to some of these other major hotels that maybe he's not in, or other clients, even professional athletes, because he's done really beautiful stuff for some professional athletes. So just reaching out to them and influencers and really pushing his product for that brand awareness that we were seeking.
That's fantastic. And I like about this too is it's not a spray and pray approach. I think a lot of agencies would go straight to ads and go, oh, I want ads in front of interior designers, but you got super targeted on it and developed that relationship. And do you have a rough estimate of how many relationships you end up building?
So we've been doing this for 2 months. We reached out to 200, just 2 months, into 200 interior designers. And we're in the talks with, back and forth through email and phone calls so far, around roughly 22 to 23.
Nice. I mean, that's
it's pretty good from the sales side.
Yeah. I mean, if you think of that, I mean, what the lifetime value of it, probably acquisition cost. I mean, you probably, I'm guessing, could spend $1,000, $2,000 to acquire any one of those and still make a ton of money.
Yes.
When you have that high end, it's such a great approach, I think, because so many people are trying this, talk to everyone approach. And I liked how you combined outbound with the inbound to really monitor it. So now what do you feel are next stages with this? Is it all on him now to maintain that relationship? Or are you engaged as well?
So those are all passed down to he's got a sales team.
Okay.
So his sales team is now handling that. So after we do the introduction and present the analytics and everything, it's on his team. And then we work with them, letting them know, like, hey, just some updates, or if anybody reaches out to us, we pass them along. So
awesome. Yeah. And where's the best place to follow you? Are you mostly on Instagram or LinkedIn?
Yeah, mostly on Instagram and LinkedIn. LinkedIn, just Will Harris, and then on Instagram, Willing to Thrive. That's Willing, the number 2, and then Thrive. And then they can also find updates on our podcast as well on there.
Very cool. Yeah, definitely check out the podcast. Go there and follow Will. Let him know you saw him on the show. Will, thank you so much for being on the Garlic Marketing Show.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
And thank you all for taking Will and I on your journey. This has been Eye and Garlic and the Garlic Marketing Show.